2 days ago on the Jordan Peterson subreddit, a now deleted user posted a video called "My Teacher Kicked Me Out of Class Because I Said There Are Only Two Genders." I want to quickly go through the video because this kid called Murray really felt like there was a need to record the chat he was going to have with his teacher, and after watching it, it turns out that there were very good reasons, and this should be all over the news. But it's been a day and I haven't seen a word on it. So here's the video.
You're entitled to your opinion.
If I am, then why would you kick me out of class? It's not very inclusive of
Can I finish
opinion.
my sentence, please?
It's funny how he has to start before saying anything else. He doesn't know whether he's in trouble or anything like that, but he is told he is entitled to his opinion. Well, then he answers a good question straight away. Why? But the teacher's just going to ignore this and carry on.
Not very inclusive. No, I'm sorry, what you were saying was not very inclusive, and this is an inclusive school.
Yeah, how was what I was saying?
Because I was saying that what's wrong with the website is that there are more than one gender in this country.
That's
by law.
your opinion.
That is my opinion, and that is an opinion which is acceptable in the school. I'm afraid yours, which you're saying that there's no such thing as anyone other than male or female, is not inclusive.
Scientifically, there are just two genders.
So we are an inclusive school, but we are kicking a kid out of class for expressing an opinion because he's implied that it is not acceptable to say that there are only two genders, despite all of the years of culture and all of the years of science that back it up. And when challenged on this, the teacher gets clearly pissed off.
Depending on what
I get
gender
that. But you're choosing to make an issue of this, because I said, are you really going to hear? That was your opportunity to keep quiet.
You chose to make an issue about this because you expressed your opinion. You had the opportunity to be quiet. Sit there, toe the party line, and you don't get in trouble. This is exactly why I am a free speech advocate, and this is why I have been out making public speeches in favour of free speech, because now you are a dissenter for making a biological reality your opinion. And it's not even an opinion, it's just fact that there are only two genders. That's why trans people tend to transition from one gender to the other. Not another, the other. But apparently, that opinion is banned in this particular school in Scotland, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's in every other school in Scotland.
You made the issue with it on the website. You said, oh, this website doesn't have more than two genders.
You were clearly given an opportunity not to pursue it. You chose to do so.
Yeah, because I think it's
You
silly.
chose to do so. Yes, that's the key question. You chose to do so.
I think it's silly to have anything other than two genders. So
Okay.
Anything else is a
Could you
personal
please
opinion.
keep that opinion to your own house?
I would like to know why this teacher doesn't think that it should be acceptable to say this in the school. He gives no reason for it. He just simply says that has to be held secret. You have to go underground with that opinion of biological fact. But Murray is standing his ground, as he should, about his opinion.
Thank you. Not in the
So
school.
you get to put your opinion out in class, and my
No,
opinion has to,
I am not putting
my opinion has to stay
I
inside
am
my
not
house.
putting my opinion. I am not putting my opinion out. I am stating what is national school authority policy. Okay?
And apparently, going against that with your own opinion based in biological fact is amount to being hateful and exclusive enough to have to be excluded from the class. Asking and questioning authority and authority's policy is now enough to get you kicked out of a class in Scotland, apparently.
Well, it's not scientific whatsoever.
Not every policy is scientific, Brian. Not every policy is scientific, Murray.
He makes a good point. Not every policy is based on science. However, policy that is based not on science is usually based on philosophy or some sort of ideological position. And if your ideological position is directly opposed to science, I would call that questionable. You can't just dismiss a scientific fact brought up in classroom with the fact that the school board has asserted that their policy is that there are more than two genders when it goes directly counter to biology and general Western sociology. At this point, he may as well hold up 2 fingers and ask Murray how many fingers he has holding up. And if he says 2, he gets beaten. And if he says 3, he doesn't. if anyone doesn't know what that's referring to, I would suggest reading 1984. There's a good part about Room 101 in there that I suggest everyone read.
And you can't come out here and say that I'm not being inclusive when someone says
I
something you
didn't say
disagree with.
I said what you were saying was not being
You
inclusive.
kick me out of class. If you want to have a discussion about it, we could have done it, had a discussion. You don't have to kick me out of class.
I'm
and
sorry,
waste 30 minutes of my time.
Notice how the teacher doesn't have any particular talking points or reasoning behind what he is saying. He is just seemingly taking orders from the policy from the authority above. And it's almost as if he enjoys the power he has. He's just completely ignoring him because he can, and he's getting annoyed, probably because he's getting challenged and can't be bothered dealing with it. He just wants this kid in trouble.
Well, I could have been down revising, doing something else. Instead, I state something I believe in. You kick me out of class for 30 minutes. I'm waiting on the
Take this somewhere else, Murray. You can make an official complaint.
I'm not
Please
going to make
do.
an official complaint.
Why not?
I just think it's...
I know what you think, and I know what the authority thinks. I know what the authority's point of view
Well, I know
is.
what
Very
science thinks.
clear that we make no discrimination on the grounds of various...
I wasn't making discrimination. I'm simply saying there are two genders.
Couple of things to pick apart there. Firstly, Murray says he's not going to make an official complaint. Now, I don't know why he's not going to make an official complaint, but I think he should. And I think actually getting this video out to the internet was a perfect thing to do. And I think it's a perfectly legitimate thing to do. If people are going to say things this ridiculous in a position of teaching our young, then it should absolutely be out there and they should absolutely be held to account. And secondly, the teacher says the policy is that we don't discriminate based on various things. Well, apparently you can discriminate against people pointing out scientific fact and their own opinion. Again, at this point, the authority may as well say 2 + 2 = 5. This is... I know it's a cliche, but it's 1984, and it's put directly in our schools. We're going to have spies soon enough. Seriously, everyone should read that book, and if they haven't, brush up on it, because it's what we're living in.
Male and female.
Yep.
Anything else is a personal identification.
I'm sorry, but you chose to make an issue of making a point which is contrary to policy.
You
right?
made the issue when you complained about the website, sir.
Yes, and I made it in a way...
And I responded to that by saying, but there are only two genders. I never made the issue.
Man makes a fair point. You brought up school policy. He said he didn't like it. Apparently that gets him kicked out of class.
Okay, I am not going here. You can choose, but you're making bad choices.
I'm making bad choices, okay.
Well,
can I take my bag and go to the research area and start revising it?
You can stay here.
Okay, I'll stay here. Thanks for wasting my time.
Murray, I am not allowed to tell you how much of my time you have wasted.
Okay, so...
And that's the video. And I totally agree. This entire thing was a waste of time for both of them. You have a teacher who does nothing but take orders from above and just say 2 + 2 = 5, there are more than two genders, and if anyone has a contrary opinion, he has the power to take them out of class and does it. And then gets very, very irritated to the point of... I mean, he looked fuming throughout that video. Looked like he was going to smack him at points. But to get that angry because you have a differing opinion that also happens to apparently be against the school board, that's not normal. I can't remember the last time I got that angry at someone else's opinion. I don't think I've ever been that angry at someone else's opinion. But if we have teachers like that, and if we genuinely have a school authority that is bringing up and enforcing policy that goes directly against scientific fact, then one of two things needs to happen. That school authority has to be replaced with something that is going to base its policy in science and liberal philosophy, or secondly, everyone in Scotland is going to have to start homeschooling. That's your only two choices. Personally, I'd go with homeschooling because I think it's a better idea, but that's just me. So, to leave this video off, Murray, put in an official complaint. Your rights have been directly infringed by this teacher and the school board. That has to change. This should be national news. I can't see it making national news because for some reason anything that directly impacts free speech negatively doesn't make it and is actually painted as a positive because apparently bad opinions are exclusive. But anyway, that's all I had. So thank you very much for listening, and until next time, goodbye.